Hey guys, it's Miss Asbury back at it again with these really cool Easter bunnies made out of our salt dough. Now I let these two, my Easter egg and my bunny, and look, he stands up. I was so excited, he stands up perfectly. I gave them plenty of time to dry, and I even put them in the oven for about 20 minutes at maybe 150 degrees. And I love how these guys dried because some of that salt showed through and it almost gives it kind of a glittery look about it, and I love that. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna finish off our bunnies using something called mixed media. And what mixed media means is that we're gonna be using different materials to finish off our sculptures. So what this means is that you're not just using one thing. You're not just using paint, you're not just using markers, you're not just using stickers. Whatever you've got at home, you're using more than one. That's why it's called mixed media, because it's a mix of different stuff. So for my stuff, for my media, I've got some Q-tips, I've got some paint, I've got black, white, and red. I've got some yarn, I've got a cotton ball, I've got all kinds of goodies. So if you don't have paint at home, no worries. I've actually experimented a bit, and I found out you could use colored pencils, you can use markers, you can really use anything to put some color on this awesome salt dough clay. So if you don't have paint, don't worry about it. You're covered. You'll be just fine. So what I'm gonna start with, I might stand up with my stand-up bunny, which I'm so happy that he stands up. I think that is so cool that I managed to get him to stand up. And I'm gonna go ahead, and I think I'm actually gonna paint him and see if that glitter still shows through. Let's see. Getting into the mixed media part. Now, this is gonna require some glue, and we have several glue options. You can use white glue, you could use super glue. I luckily have hot glue, which is good for me so I can show you quickly how to glue some stuff. But if you have hot glue at home, make sure that you've got an adult supervising you, or if you're one of my younger kiddos, you might want your parents to do this for you, okay? So I thought for my bunny's fluffy tail, I would just grab a cotton ball from my bathroom, and I thought I would just stick it on there and see how cute it looks. So I'm just gonna take my hot glue, and I'm just gonna put a little dot here. I'm gonna stick it on there and hold it for about 10 seconds. And that's one thing for mixed media. It's really just stuff you find around the house. I thought for my Q-tips, maybe I could make some little paws on him, or maybe even some little feet. So let me see if I can just leave him just like that to dry. And I'm gonna take my scissors and cut these Q-tips. Again, this might be something you need an adult to do, because I know this can be kind of hard. Whoa! They like exploded. That was a lot easier than I thought it was gonna be. I'm gonna try to be more careful. Oh, they shoot out of there. Where did it go? Oh my goodness. There it is. Sneaky. Alright, let's see. Yeah, that hot glue works pretty well on cotton. So here's the thing. If you use regular glue to get stuff to stick, that means you're gonna have to glue it and then leave it alone for a while so it's got time to dry. Otherwise, it will not stick. Alright, so there's my fluffy tail, and now I'm gonna try, I don't know, I think I'm gonna try to put some feet. Guys, the important thing about being an artist is that you're gonna be a scientist all the time. And what I mean by that is you're gonna experiment and you're gonna explore stuff, and most importantly, you're gonna make a few mistakes when you're making art, and that is a-okay. That is perfectly fine, because I've been an artist for quite a while, and let me tell you, I make mistakes all the time. I rarely get stuff right the first try, but the important thing is just you never give up. You always keep working until you get it the way you want it to. Oh my gosh, okay, so I've got some feetsies on my bunny, and he is so precious. What did I name him? Cookie. Cookie is looking so cute, you guys. So that about does it for that bunny, but one thing I thought I could also add, I just had some yarn here because I love knitting. I have all kinds of yarn underneath this desk, but I thought I could take this yarn and give Cookie a little bow. So I'm just gonna loop it down, tie it, and let's see how this goes. Ooh, I gotta be so careful, so gentle. I'm just gonna wrap it around. Pull it tight. Oh my gosh, guys. Let me make it a little smaller. Oh, that looks so cute. Let me get these ends off. I still need new scissors, guys. Miss Asbury has the dullest scissors known to mankind. But that's okay. I'm using what I got at home. There we go. Let me tighten it, make it a little bit prettier. Oh my gosh, there we go. Cookie is looking swell. Love it. So that's one way I can make a bun bin. Now, I'm gonna set Cookie aside for right now, let her or him dry a little bit more. Maybe I'll paint a cookie on the belly, make it look like it's holding a cookie later. So I've got my Easter egg here, and there are two things that I'm gonna focus on with my egg. A lot of the time when people are decorating Easter eggs, they use patterns. So that means we have a repeated color or form going all the way up our egg. And I might need a smaller paintbrush for this. Let me see. I'm gonna rinse that white off really good. So I'm gonna use different kinds of lines for my pattern, and I'm also gonna do something that my 4th graders should know very well. We did this with our ice cream cones. Do you remember? Can you say it before I say it? We're talking about tints and shades. And what tints and shades mean is we might have a color like red, and if we add white to it, what color are we gonna get? We're gonna get pink. Pink is not really a color by itself, it is a tint of red. A tint is when you add white to any color to get a lighter version of it, so that is a tint of the color. Now, on the other hand, if we add black to our red, we get kind of like Virginia Tech burgundy color. So that means that burgundy is a shade of red. So red's the actual color. The other two, the tint and the shade, are just kind of like cousins of the color cousins. So what I'm gonna do for my egg, let me make sure I can, yeah, you guys can see that. I might start with my red and just put a plain old horizontal, that means straight across left to right, a horizontal line on my egg, just like this. And then I might not rinse off my brush and get some white, because I'm not sharing paint, I don't have to. And I'm gonna do maybe a wavy line. So remember, that's the kind that goes ooh. And it's gonna mix as I am putting it down on my egg. Now, when you don't rinse off your brush and you're kind of messy about your paint, you're being a lot like the artist Claude Monet. He was our artist of the month for February, and Monet never rinsed off his brush. That would drive me crazy. It'd drive me bonkers as an art teacher because, oh, imagine how messed up his paintbrushes must have been. They must have been caked with paint of different colors. It must have all just looked brown and yucky. But it's okay because he didn't have to share his paint with anybody. He could do that, but Monet was super messy with his paint, and that's kind of what we're doing with our tints and shades. Now, I'm gonna move on to my shade, but I'll rinse off my brush for that since it might not work so well with white on my brush. So, I'll get some red, and I might do, let's see, I'll do a zigzag here and just put my red down. And then I'll get the tiniest bit of black. Black is super powerful, you don't need a whole bunch of it. And I'll mix it on my zigzag. And it starts to make a bit of a burgundy. You might need a little bit more, but again, you don't need a whole bunch. If you get a whole bunch of this, it will just look black or brown and you'll be sad. And I've done that many times. But if it happens, if you get too much black, don't panic. See, that's even a little bit too much. You can always add more red back into it to get your color back. So far I've got a horizontal line, I've got a wavy line, and I've got a zigzag line. Remember, the zigzag like a lightning bolt. I know, they have the most fancy names, zigzag and wavy. Let's see, the next one I might do is I might just get red this time. And I'm gonna do some vertical lines at the points of my zigzag. Vertical is your straight up and down, pretty easy. Vertical is straight up and down. And here's where I might make a little mini pattern. And in between each of my red stripes, my red vertical lines, I might go back in and just get some white and just paint it white in between. So it's like I've got a candy cane pattern, but instead of repeated lines, I'm doing repeated colors. So it's red, white, red, white, red, white, all the way. And it might turn a little pinky where my brush isn't the cleanest, but that's okay. I'm okay with that. And I might put some white dots. Ooh, looking good so far. All right, let's see. What else can I do? Ooh, I know. I could go back in with my red and go on top of my wavy lines and make some hearts. Now, when you're painting hearts, you're really just making a V shape. You don't have to be fancy with your hearts. You're really just making a V shape. And mine's going off a little bit there. That's okay. And for the very tippy top, what should I do? You know, I think I'm just going to finish it off. I'm going to take my white and I'm just going to make a rainbow arch over my hole. And then I'm going to go back in with my red. And I'm going to do a rainbow arch on top of that. If it turns a little pink, I'm okay with that. Yeah. And there's my Easter egg. Another fun thing you can do with this pink, let me set this guy aside. I'll put him right here. So I can go back on my bunny, and I can take my pink, and I can give a cute pink nose, and I could give some cute cheeks. Just like that. Now remember, if you don't have paint, you can do this with anything. I've done this before with colored pencils. I've done this before with marker. I could even take a pencil here and just darken those eyes a little bit by wiggling them inside that hole so that they're a little bit easier to see. Yes, perfect. And I might go back in. Let me see if I could get my brown colored pencil. Let's see if I can make a cookie real fast. There, all right. Oh, that looks so cute. Now, where's my other Q-tip? There it is. I'm gonna take my Q-tip and make it look like my bunny's holding them. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm gonna put one drop here, one drop here. Any kind of glue you use, you really only need a little teeny tiny bit of it, or else it'll look globby and you'll have globs on your bunny, and we don't want that. Oh, look at Cookie holding her cookie. Alright, my friends, so there is my finished salt dough bunny and my Easter egg. Once this paint dries, I will go back through with my yarn and make this almost into a little ornament, an Easter ornament. And I might hang that up on my wall or on my fireplace, wherever I think it looks nice. So, I hope you enjoyed watching with me and making with me. Hopefully you were following along and making your own salt dough bunny. If you did, please leave a picture down in the comments, write me a post, send me a message, do anything to show me any kind of art you've been making, because you know, I've seen some pictures of some drawings and some Easter activities that you guys have been doing, and it just makes my day. I think it's so cool to see you flexing your art muscles while you're at home. So please, anytime you make some art, share it with me, because I would love to talk to you about it anytime. So that's it for me. I'm signing off. I hope you have a wonderful Easter with your family. You eat some good food and you just enjoy each other's company. You know, make somebody laugh, make somebody smile. Okay? So that's it for me. Bye guys. Happy Easter.